Welcome to What I Knit. My name is Rachel and I'm your host. All the show notes can be found at whatiknit.com. Find me on Ravelry as Yarn Talk, Twitter and Instagram as Why I Knit. And don't forget there's a Ravelry group and a Facebook group. It is Friday, July 3rd, 2015, and this is episode number 28. If you are a new viewer, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Before I get into this week's episode, though, I just want to thank everyone who is currently participating in the CAL, or CAL if you are crocheting or knitting, of course. The whatever you're working on stuff. But yeah, I just hope that everyone's having a really good time doing that. And also, I apologize for the segmented clips this week. I've actually tried to record this week's episode 30 times, and I've kept coughing. So if I break up this, I figured after the 30th time, I figured if I just break up this week's episode into segments, it won't be a problem. So, as I said, I apologize for the segments. There's not going to be titles. Well, yeah, there's going to be titles to introduce the segments, but they're not going to be, long titles, at the beginning. So, if you feel like that this week's episode is not for you with the segment breakup, then check again next week, where I should be back to normal. But if you would like to watch the rest of the episode, stay tuned, because I have more coming. So, on the needles, I'm going to start out with talking about my cow socks. These are what they are. And yeah, I apologize for the red looking washed out. Although right there it doesn't look as bad as has been recording when I've been recording. The green looks pretty good, but I think red is a very hard color to film. At least I think I learned that. But yes, these are the cow socks. I've talked about them quite a bit. They're NYC Subway from HD Yarns. And the yarn, that's the yarn. The needles are a little bit bigger than I usually would use for socks. They're highest, but they're 2.5s. So these probably would be good size to make men's socks. But because of the size, I'm going to be going stitch-wise for my needles, probably 58 stitches. Usually I do 64, but because of the size of the needle, I'm going to do less, and I think that's going to work out well. Maybe I even do smaller than that, but I'm not sure yet about that. But as I said, I'm really pleased with how they're turning out so far, and yeah. So I'm going to show it to you one more time. So the cow socks. And that is the only thing I have to show you this week. The table runner was worked on a little bit, but not enough that I wanted to show you. So it's definitely not going to get done by Monday. But hopefully, if I work on it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it'll get done quite a bit. But yeah. So, and then, my socks, to differentiate, to make different than, these, even though these are going to be my socks as well. I haven't even touched those this week. Hopefully this weekend. I was actually going to work on them yesterday, but it's just been that kind of week. But yeah, that is what is on the needles. Off the needles, I don't have anything. Uh, I had hoped to have like a sock or two, or well, just like a sock, not like two socks. Off the needles, but of course that wouldn't be. With my startitis, but I'm really hoping that these socks are the ones that change my startitis, and I'm actually able to finish these. So, wish me luck on that. But yeah. Cute projects. This is going to be a segment that is going to be returning next week. What I'm going to do is I am going to be going through my queue on Ravelry, and anything that I really want to do, I'm going to move to the top, and everything that I'm kind of hesitant in doing or really don't want to do, but probably in the future will want to do, so I don't want to remove it. It's going to be moved to the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top 5 patterns that I want to do, put them in a list in order, and then share that next week. So I really hope that you enjoyed. And well, not enjoyed, but you enjoy that segment that will be coming on next week. And then the last part of this segment that I want to talk about is stash tool and pattern enhancement. Originally, I had planned to show you something for this week, but it didn't work out. Where it was be like a late birthday present had I ordered it like say Monday and it got here like say yesterday, because I'm recording this actually a day in advance because of the holiday. I decided not to do that. I did order something though, but I ordered it a little bit late and it's currently not in my hands. It will probably be in my hands either sometime today or tomorrow if I check the mailbox tomorrow. And so I will show that next week, and I possibly might have more to show because I am going to Michael's next week to, well, actually tomorrow, to get stuff, but I will talk about that more in depth next week. Sheep of the Month, I have been planning to do the BFL originally for June, but of course June has come and gone, and there was no Sheep of the Month, which kind of stank on my point. On my behalf, I apologize, but stuff happens. That I am planning to do Sheep of the Month sometime this month. I don't know when, but yeah. I was originally going to be doing it this week, but some stuff happened. I wasn't able to do my research. So it won't be next week because I have a lot planned for next week, but it'll probably be the week after. So stay tuned for that. Now to show news. I have links in the show notes to the Cal chatter and non-chatter threads, like I did last week. But there could always be, from here on out till the Cal is over, will always be linked in the show notes. This will be probably though the only time that I am going to talk about the Cal threads being linked. The mini diary, which is where it's like a vlog of the week, which I'm going name-wise where I like record a little segment each day and stuff like that. And then I'm thinking of doing that next week, but more likely it's going to be later this month, or I'm going to put it as a extra video. I have not made a final decision about that. I probably will make the decision probably either Friday of next week or what. I might even decide just to put the mini diary segments up on Instagram, because Instagram accepts video. So I'm thinking of doing that as well. So no decisions have been made yet about that. Just stay tuned about that. The next planner update will be in 2 weeks. So we'll be, I don't remember if it's going to be the live show. I don't think it's going to be. Yes, no, it will be the July 18th, which is the show before the next live show, which will be, of course, July 24th. So I will do a planner update on that episode, because I will talk about it in 2 weeks. The AMA asked me anything, and of course I put it in parentheses in the show notes, within reason, of course. That thread will be going up sometime next week, and will close on Thursday, July 23rd, sometime in the evening. I'm not 100% sure when that will happen. And speaking of the live show, this is not going to be a live show. I'm thinking of recording this. I would love to do a roundtable with other podcasters. Maybe even do like a virtual knit night, but it will probably be like more like a virtual knit afternoon, like Sunday afternoon. Might work well for most people. Then I really want to double as a episode, because at least on Google Hangouts, I think even if it's not like live, it records. So I would love to do that. If you're interested, leave a comment in the show thread on the Ravelry group. That would be great. And also, the last thing I have for this segment for this week, the show notes. If you look on whyiKnit.com, you'll see that I've basically been both this week and last week. I've been doing the show notes a little bit more structured. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know in on that post, on the show notes post for this week. Or you can also leave a comment in the episode number 28 thread. Finally, life news for this week. Of course, it's the 4th of July weekend. So I hope everyone has a very safe one at that. There's not going to be any fireworks for me. I'm not a fireworks person. So, I hate them. We did see fireworks, as I said last week when we were down at Disney World, and I talked about my dismay of seeing them, but no, I wanted to make my mom and sister happy. So yeah, there was that. Also this week, actually yesterday, I went to DMV, and I'm sure everybody hates DMV, but I had to go renew my ID, and it had to be done because it had expired. And I meant to do it before we left for Florida, but again, some things had come up. Before we left, I was in New York for a couple of days at the end of May, um, as well as the end of April, of course. But yeah, DMV was actually pretty quick because at least in Delaware, they have kiosks for if you are renewing like your license or ID. So I went to one of those. My mom was gonna pay for my ID, but I had my card with me, so I just paid for it, and then she paid me back. So yeah, that was DMV. It was super easy because I went to the kiosk. And the last thing this week, other than doing a lot of cleaning, is I started to catch up on other podcasts. I'm still way behind, and hopefully I will be catching up sooner than later. Probably next week I will I'll do a list or something of what podcasts I have been watching, listening to, and all that. So yeah, that is it for this week. I apologize once again for the segmented portions of this week's episode because usually I talk all the way through, but I was coughing way too much, and I just was like I need to get this done because I don't want to do it tomorrow on a holiday. So I apologize. If you like this way, let me know because I will think about doing it down the road. But I like talking all the way through better. We'll see though. I hope everyone has a good week. Have a very safe 4th. Or are having a very safe 4th. And I will be back next week to talk about my 4th and more knitting. So, see y'all next week. Happy knitting and have a good week.